Okay, we're going to start to shape the back of the neck to whatever profile you really desire. I mean, it's kind of up to you to shape this to what you feel comfortable with, whatever style playing that you like. I'm going to start by drawing a center line down the back of the neck. This is just a base point that we're going to take some measurements off of. Okay, now you want to take the line where the nut is going to start, which is going to be the top of the fretboard, and extend that to the back of the neck. The measurements in the plans will be referenced off of this line. And then square that with the center line across the back. Make sure you're square there. And then we're going to measure down. This won't be quite to the 12th fret because the guitar meets the body at the 12th fret. This will be close to the 10th fret. But we make the same mark there. Again, those measurements are found in the plans. And then we're going to begin our first cut. And we're basically going to make two lines here that's going to take that corner off. Then the second pass will round out the curve a little more. So take off your measurements there on both sides and draw the lines for the first cut. And you can see where these lines are. They're not exactly parallel to the wood because of the way the neck curves. But on your first cut, we're going to take a rasp and just start to file off that corner until we get down to where those lines are. You can do this, with sandpaper or whatever you feel comfortable with. You can even use like a spoke shave. I just find it a little easier to work with the rasp. As you can see here, we're starting to get down close to the pencil lines on the top and the bottom of that, and we've sort of taken off that corner. And also, you also want to flute this up to where the headstock starts and sort of start to shape that curve in place as well. And then once you've got it rasped pretty well, I'm going to switch to some pretty coarse sandpaper. Get as coarse as you can and then move up and smooth it out. And then I'm just going to sand this bevel down to the pencil lines. And there you can see it's smoothed out a lot more now. Just do the same thing to the other side, and then we'll move to the second cut. So here we've done it on both sides. And I went ahead and redrawn that line because we're going to take some more measurements for the second pass off this line as well. So now I'm going to take the measurements from the plans for the second pass, and we're basically doing the same thing. The bevel's just a little bit different now because we're working off of that angle. But just make your marks and draw in your lines. And you can see we're going to take off this top corner now and get it more toward the sort of the point of the back of the neck. Then I'm going to draw in the line for the top part of this bevel. And do the same thing on the other side. And again, just take your rasp and knock this down to where you get close to the pencil lines, and then sand it smooth like we did before. And here you can see a little closer image of what we're doing. We're basically just taking off those sharp corners. And then this is what you should end up with. It's sort of a beveled contour at this point. But then again, we're going to take some really coarse sandpaper and start smoothing it up. And at this point, there's really no guide. I kind of tell you to make this fit your hand. Smooth this until you kind of get comfortable with how it feels. Here you can see this is sort of the finished profile. And then smoothed into the heel there at the body. And then we have to make our little transition between the headstock and the neck. Now I'm going to draw a line right across between those 2 points on the outside of the headstock. I'm going to redraw that center line there just to emphasize where that was. And now I'm going to put a little sort of an arrowhead at the top here where those 2 pieces of cherry in the neck intersect the maple. I'm just going to draw a couple of lines here. And then the idea here will be to take out that excess wood so that the headstock sort of comes down to a flat point. Again, I'm going to do that with the rasp. And now this part, you want the headstock to be flat as it goes down into here so that we can put the veneer on. And you can see how I'm leaving a little bit of this arrowhead here. And then the back part there is flat all the way down until it hits that point. And we're going to put the veneer on the back. I'm going to take a little dowel rod here and just do a little bit more sanding around this transition. Just make sure that feels right, that your hand can get up as far as that first fret comfortably. And then I'm going to dress up that little arrowhead a little more.